Hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. Okay, so in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the 5 ways in which a Virgo person can become famous based on the sun sign. So looking at the Virgo sun and also looking at real life examples today. Now, it's your sun sign that can provide you with an indication into the ways in which you are seen. The sun is about illumination, it's about how you shine, how you express yourself. It can show you how you gain applause, approval, and attention for what you have to offer, so what you bring to the table consciously. And ultimately, the sun signifies your personal purpose and direction in life. Now, if you would like to know more information all about your sun sign along with your sun house, as well as Leo through the houses within the natal birth chart and the 5th house within your natal birth chart, then I have created a Leo season / Leo archetype ebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide a link to that ebook in the description box below so that you can pick up your copy today. Alright, so with all those introductions out of the way, Virgo, the Virgo sun, let's do this. So the first way in which a Virgo can become famous is by being health conscious. See, the thing to keep in mind about Virgos is that they can be pretty conscious, well, self-conscious overall, but yeah, they can be conscious of their health and their diet. So they can be conscious in this way of their bodies, what they put into their bodies, how much exercise they're doing, how much they're consuming and so on, what their body looks like, how it feels, how it functions. And what we notice especially with Virgo people is their ability to analyze all of this stuff from head to toe, whether in a healthy or detrimental way. So let's take a look at a Virgo herself, who is none other than Leanne Radcliffe, aka Freely the Banana Girl. Now, she is a hardcore militant vegan who gained much attention and popularity and fame for eating around 50 bananas a day. Yes, you heard that right, 50. And as crazy as this sounds, many people gravitated towards this outlook, towards this ideology, this diet, and they followed her by doing it themselves, with many people jumping onto this diet of the 80-10-10 and the raw till 4 diet. And Freely apparently now lives in a South African jungle, showing the world just how natural and how pure and off the grid she is. Seriously, this woman must be holier than thou. She must be such a saint to not take part in any animal suffering whatsoever or to harm the environment either. Though this doesn't exactly seem to be the case. Because for one, we're always contributing in some way, we're always making an impact in some way, so none of us are perfect. But also, the thing about Freely is that she is great at criticizing, okay, very famous Virgo trait, being critical, criticizing others whilst condemning others who are not vegan and calling people out with that Leo pride. After all, this is the sun, and she does also have her Venus in Leo. But what she does is she creates videos titled the likes of Ravana is a fake vegan and Jenna Marbles is a terrible vegan. Cause, you know, Freely is flawless, right? And this right here, folks, can be the Virgo mentality of being a perfectionist. But you know what? Regardless of what she chooses to create and put out there, she has gained a lot of attention, a lot of approval and appraisal with this sort of mentality. Though looking at some other Virgo YouTubers who are also twins, and they are vegan, well, we've got the likes of Nina and Rhonda, though they are not as judgmental or as militant as Freely is. Rather, what they promote is the clear skin diet, by which they produced or created a book, keeping in mind here that the sun can also show this creation, this producing. So you're noticing with these Virgos so far, they're producing things to do with diet, okay? Now personally, I have not read this book, but I think that the title speaks for itself. They both cured their own acne, and so now they are giving advice on how others can do the same. The thing about Virgos is that they are great at giving advice to others on how to do things. Then again, what Virgos should also keep in mind is that just because something works for them personally doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for someone else. But still, that doesn't mean that they can't provide advice, especially if others are seeking it, right? Ultimately, this duo, they try to promote a healthy, nutritious lifestyle, and they like to keep fit in the process. And they have certainly gained a following by doing so. Let's actually now take the focus away from the physical though, and towards mental health. And the thing about Virgo energy is that it can be quite panicky, nervous, fussy and worrisome. And a person, a famous person who openly discusses mental health is none other than Virgo Dr. Phil. And he has written many self-help books such as Life Code, Life Strategies, Doing What Works, Doing What Matters, and Self Matters, Creating Your Life from the Inside Out. Plus, he has also given diet books a try by producing books like The 2020 Diet and The Ultimate Weight Solution Food Guide. I mean, can he be any more Virgo? But when it does come to how a Virgo focuses on health as a way to produce things, this can also extend to the likes of promoting yoga, or promoting essential oils, or promoting certain spiritual practices as well. The second way in which a Virgo can become famous is by working on their craft. Now, whilst I said that Virgos can be quite perfectionistic in their approach towards what they create and how they express themselves, well, it's the same perfectionist attitude that can result in some of their strongest, best creations. Yes, they might procrastinate, but if they are given plenty of time and flexibility to sit and work on their craft, they will patiently and consistently do so. Now, it might take a while for their creations to be created or produced, but oh my gosh, once they are, you're gonna be looking at a pretty spectacular quality product or piece of material. Take horror writer and Virgo, Stephen King. When explaining lessons that he has learned from writing, he said to write every day. He once stated, "If I don't write every day, the characters begin to stall off in my mind. They begin to seem like characters instead of real people." He also went on to say, "I decided to implement a structure week, rereading, working out details about the world my characters live in, plot, structure, the things I want to say." So this right here is a great example of a Virgo who structures and manages their time effectively and understands the process of working on their craft. Let's take a look at another Virgo who is one of the most famous Virgos that exists, and that is Beyonce. Now, it could be suggested that this woman has a fierce work ethic, and Virgos usually do. They can be known to be workaholics, but especially here when it comes to rehearsing and preparation. According to a source, Beyonce works out 5 days a week and she practices her choreography 7 days a week. And for the preparation for her Coachella performance, she did 11-hour rehearsal days. And she also once said, "I respect things that take work and build from the ground up. I'm super specific about every detail." And apparently she selected every performer, every costume, every silhouette, the height of the pyramid, and even what material was used on the steps of the pyramid. Oh yeah, Beyonce is known for being a perfectionist. She even watches her performances and focuses a lot on the things that she could have improved on. The third way in which a Virgo can become famous is by being shrewd. Now, keeping in mind that Virgo is ruled by Mercury, and this is a planet all about communication. And the thing about Virgos is that they can show sharp powers of judgment. Not saying that they are always correct in their judgment, but they kind of like to be. They just have this amazing ability of analyzing things down to the smallest of details, so they will see and notice and pick up on things that others might miss. So they really can be quite clever and sharp and alert. And an example of someone who is a sharp, shrewd Virgo is Jimmy Fallon. Now, he of course is the host of his show Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, but he was on Saturday Night Live back in 1998. Then he started movies with the likes of Drew Barrymore and Queen Latifah, and now of course he is one of the most popular and famous talk show hosts. Naturally, you would need a quick, attentive mind to be in such a position. You just notice with Jimmy Fallon how great he is at giving funny and witty comebacks, and he's not too over the top either. And you can notice this with Virgos is that they get their mix of humility and expressing themselves just right. Another witty and shrewd Virgo though is Melissa McCarthy, which my Virgo sister will probably love the fact that she is a Virgo just like her, because my sister loves Melissa McCarthy. But Melissa, she began her career as a stand-up comedian, and she first gained recognition for her role in Gilmore Girls. So what she kind of did, I see this as, is her slowly and quietly working her way into the hearts of the audiences. Yeah, Virgos can have this type of impact on others. They sort of just let their craft speak for them rather than thinking that they need to prove themselves to others. And I think through this approach, it can make them highly likable. And now, of course, Melissa is easily one of the funniest women in Hollywood. Another Virgo that I would like to mention is author and astrologer Liz Green. One of the most influential astrologers that I have followed and I have learned from, so I'm really thankful to Liz and her material that she has created. But the thing about her is that she is an example of a Virgo using her brains, using her shrewd, sharp mind to produce astrology material that is not only grounding, but it's also witty. She wrote books such as Astrology for Lovers, it's a really popular one, and also The Astrology of Fate. The fourth way in which a Virgo can become famous is by being particular. Virgos can be known for how particular they are, whether that be a particular food item they like, a particular style they have, or a particular way that they do something. And a really good example of a famous Virgo who is particular is Tim Burton. Yes, another author, which Virgos usually love to read or love to write. But Tim Burton once said that he prioritized the best person for the job in terms of casting for his movies, whilst yes, he works with people that he likes, but he also knows the types of people that he will hire for the job. According to a source, Tim Burton has often been criticized for casting his friend Johnny Depp and also his ex-partner Helena Bonham Carter, both Gemini actors, might I add. So he continuously has these actors in his movies, but the thing about this is that, well, they work. These actors just seem to work for the vision that Tim Burton has. Another famous Virgo and actor also to mention is Adam Sandler. Now he appears in movies where he kind of plays the same particular character, if you notice. Maybe it's just me, but if you take the likes of Billy Madison, Waterboy, Big Daddy, The Wedding Singer, Mr. Deeds, Anger Management, and my personal favourite, Little Nicky, you kind of notice a resemblance in these characters in which he plays. But you know, perhaps this type or style of character is his specialty. It just seems to work for him, and also the audiences love it. People still go back. People still watch his movies, and they find him to be pretty funny as well. So it could be suggested here that by Virgos being able to aim or target a certain particular audience, this can gain that Virgo popularity or fame. And the fifth and final way in which a Virgo can become famous is for being simply relatable. See, Virgos can be pretty grounded and simple types of people. Someone who can enjoy doing their grocery shopping or their daily chores as a form of entertainment or just as enjoyable to them. Someone who maybe enjoys cleaning, performing their day-to-day tasks and duties. And so with that in mind, these things just might gain them fame in the process unintentionally. Take Fred, for example, on YouTube. Now, that's his stage name. His real name is Lucas, which he also has a YouTube channel under his real name. But he has gained almost 3 million subscribers on the Fred channel with videos titled Fred Gets a Haircut, Fred Goes to a School Dance, Fred Finds a Creepy Doll, Fred Works Out. And in true Virgo fashion, Fred gives advice. Talk about making the most mundane and average things into a show that can be watched by many people. And let's not forget about Virgo and also one of my favorite YouTubers of all time, Jenna Marbles. Now, her first YouTube video that I watched by her was titled How to Trick People into Thinking You're Good Looking, and this video currently has 68 million views. And again, in true Virgo fashion, it says how to. So this to me is just very Virgo. But not only does she create content that makes small things funny, relatable and practical, but her dogs have a huge attraction as well. See, Virgo rules over the 6th house, and this area of life is associated with pets and small animals. And she has her pets called Mr. Marbles and Kermit, and I think she recently got a greyhound and named it Bunny. She has videos of herself with her dogs titled I Let My Dogs Walk Me for a Day and My Dog Picks My Makeup. And just to sort of finish off with Jenna Marbles is that her boyfriend Julian, who also makes YouTube videos, he is an Aries, and there's many clips out there of her just getting really annoyed with him over his messiness, over his impatience, over his quickness, his fastness, and his aggressiveness, and just his ability to be an all-around big kid. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video on the 5 ways in which a Virgo person can become famous. Now, if you did enjoy this video, or if you have any comments about this video, then please be sure to let us know in the comment section. But with all that being said then, thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and of course if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then go right ahead and click the subscribe button. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!